Hello, guys. Yeah, it's not that oomph right now. Big up the subscribers. Big up your damn selves. This is me, fresh from watching the worst North London derby I've seen since I've been alive. I don't remember a worse North London derby than that. That was painful. Like I still stayed around. Obviously, back the boys to the end. Nothing changes. Still proud of the Arsenal, like from what they done this season, but man, that was horrible to watch. So I guess we better just break that down. So the start was you saw Rob, not Rob. So you see what's on my head? It's coming, guys. It's flipping coming. This is the calm before the storm. This is why I lied down, because right now, you know, it's got me picking at food and stuff, comforting myself and stuff, and I need just to keep myself calm. Come to the bedroom and yeah, before the game, we all had our hopes, and we said, right, this could be the game where we seal it. And I think it was there for us. It was absolutely there for us. We didn't capitalize on them missing Romero. We didn't capitalize. We started off the game really. I thought we started off the game well, and it was there for us. But there was something that changed the game, and we've got to give them credit where it's due. It was the crowd. That crowd, talk about 12 man. That was like having two extra men. They were nervy at the start. I was seeing like Sanchez get the ball. I see Royale get the ball, and I'm seeing Martinelli. And I'm right. There's spaces to exploit this right here. And then that crowd lifted that team, and we went into our shell and stopped doing the things that was making us successful at the start. And we started to do little things wrong, and then yeah, one of our leaders, one of our leaders, yeah, he let us down big time. Yeah. So Son was getting the ball and holding. This is what it basically boils down to. Now, before I've always said Rob Holding. At first, I liked him, and then I sort of went off him, and I just said he wasn't good enough. Now, recent performances has me changing my mind, and believe me, for a few seconds, I started to think, wow, what happens with Saliba now? If he comes back, will he be for one? How dare I? I am so sorry, William Saliba. I am so sorry, because what you got in football is you've got big game players, and you've got just players that perform out of their skin and give you something, but you've got big game players. Now, Rob Holding's 26 years old, right? He's getting in. He's having a battle with Son. Yeah, he's trying to leave a little bit on him and just letting him know he's there. Little like here and there reduces. Da, 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 da. They're having a little spats, and he's done a couple of things already, and the referee's given him a warning. Rob Holding of 26 years old, one of the leadership groups, he gets a stupid booking. A stupid booking. There's no need. It's on the halfway line. Get tight. I understand that part. Don't let him turn. I understand that part, because if he gets spun, you're bang in trouble. But that's a stupid yellow card. But as soon as you get that yellow card, Rob Holding, as a 26-year-old footballer for Arsenal, you've got to think. I've got a yellow card now. All the little nibbly bits now is sensible soccer. It's sensible soccer now. All them stupid little things, it's over. It's flipping over. That's that side of the games. Now you just got to play properly now. And before the game, I said, don't play the occasion, play the game. That crowd rattled Rob Holding. Everybody saw the other card. I thought, right, he's an experienced guy. Will he calm down? He looked like he couldn't calm down. He was rattled. And anyway, before we do that, Cedric, that penalty, was absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. There was absolutely no need for that. It wasn't even clever. Son's very clever in how he uses his body and to make a foul. He makes the referee know that that's a foul. He lets the referee know, yeah, I've been fouled, and he does it in such a way that you think, right, that is a foul, and it will look like he'll make the most of anything, which is nothing. I'm not saying he's wrong. He's right. He's right. This is football. This is what you expect. Nothing wrong with that. But the way Cedric does that for a nothing ball, going nowhere, we're in the game, just right. Tottenham are coming back in the game, and you expect to have spells where the other team plays well, especially them being at home and having to come for us. All we've got to do is keep it tight. No silly decisions. And this is the difference in level of players. Like when you look at the best players over history, they produce in any game. They're good enough to produce in any game. And when you think in our squad, when you look at the players in our squad, right, who are you going to look at that's going to produce in most of the games? Well, you're looking at Tommy. Tommy, I looked at Tommy today and I thought, man, your Tommy is actually mustard. Tomiyasu is actually mustard. Any game, he's giving you a performance. He is a class. He's a level. He's at a level above everyone. Just strictly professional, consistent. He's a proper player. Any game you put Tommy in, he's going to give you a level of performance. Yeah, he slipped over once or twice and he made a mistake once. Once I meant, but he went right. He went from left back to centre backs, and you know what you get with Tommy: assurance, quality, sealed. Rob Holding, he's been playing okay. He's been doing well enough, and because it's Rob Holding, we've been going, well, yeah, this guy's doing well. Keep it. You know what I mean? We're going out of our mind about it. And it is a time to stay calm because we've still got 2 games left. If we win those 2 games, we are in the Champions League. But I'm going to break this game down because I got to the point where I was finished with Rob Holding, and he's done well. He's put himself back in the fray, but when the big game got going, one of the leaders, yeah, this is it. Cedric and Holden. These guys are okay for squads, but this is what it is. When they step in, stupid mistakes, stupid schoolboy mistakes. Cedric, disgrace for that right back for giving away the penalty. Rob Holding, you've let the whole club down. You've let the whole club down. The whole club down. You basically let the whole club down because what you did was stupid. Absolutely stupid. That ball that's being played out is going through to Ramsdale. Let it go through to Ramsdale. What are you doing? You're on a yellow. What are you doing? So you've ruined the game for all your teammates. Gabriel's now got a hamstring injury where he's probably having to work. Something has to give. You put us under the cosh. You're in North London derby. Stay calm. Stay calm. What have you done? You got yourself sent off. You've given us no chance. We're 1-0 down. You've given us no chance to come back in the game. And you've got sent off. I wouldn't mind if you get sent off in a way where you've been done by a piece of skill and yeah, you couldn't, it was just too good for you. I'd understand that. But what you got sent off was an absolute disgrace. You've let down your teammates. You've let down Mikel Arteta. Those are the most important people because those are the people you're working with. Mikel Arteta's backed you and put you in there today, kept you on board. He's let Saliba go out alone, which I agreed with. I'm not criticising that one little bit, but he's backed you. He's backed you, and this is how you've repaid him. You got rattled. You got rattled by a crowd. You're a professional footballer playing at Arsenal Football Club. Big games. This is if you're not ready for the big games. If you can't manage a big atmosphere. We went to Olympiacos, me and my pals before. That was crazy noise. Same as there. You've got to be able to handle that. You've got to be able to handle that. You don't get rattled. You've got all of us fans having to watch that. Having to watch them pass the ball around and doing ollies. Because we're a man light, can't compete. You've let our players, you let everybody down. I'm not saying we would have won with had you not got sent off, but we would have had a better chance. And if you're going to get sent off, don't get sent off like that as one of the leaders of these young players. So this makes me question: if you're doing this at 26, will you ever learn, or will you ever be able to manage the pressure of a big game? I remember you did that in the Chelsea game. I'm not overreacting it because this is when you're a leader of the team. So I'm saying on the sidelines, play the game, not the occasion. You should be saying that. You're one of the leaders. You should be saying that. And now questions are going to be asked about of you again. Are you able to produce that? Clearly, Ben White, Rick Arteta, and I think it's right. I think he was right not to put being down to 10 men. I think he was right not to put White in there. I think he was right. Put White in there. Gabriel's gone down injured. That's a crisis in itself. White he didn't want to put in there. I understand completely. I understand completely. Don't rush him in there. But now we go to Newcastle and we have a massive selection headache. Massive selection headache. Because what do we do? Do we put Tommy in at centre back with Cedric and put Tavares in at left back? And then that's a makeshift back four. And can we trust that back four? It's a bit of a scary time, man. It's a bit of a scary time. Do we put Saka in at left back? I don't know. And speaking of Saka, that was Saka's worst display for a very long time. Saka didn't have a good game, and for the first time, Sessegnon, who I thought, okay, I said he was getting better before the game, but he actually pocketed Saka. He had Saka in his pocket. He's dealt with Saka, but maybe I don't know if it's jadedness or Saka's not 100% fit. But that wasn't Saka out there today. Saka looked better when he went into central midfield, although, but first half, not good enough from Saka. Odegaard. The thing is, it's hard to rate these players because when you go down to 10 men for that long of the game, how do you rate these guys? Like, it's hard to criticise them. Odegaard was trying to do his bits and pieces, started the game well, and as soon as we go to 10 men, it's just like, how do you rate him? Like, what do you expect him to do? Yeah, he had a few shots that went high and wide, and he was generally good on the ball. Same with Martinelli. Like, how do you rate them? Like, it's just a massive disappointment from Rapado and Mick Arteta. I'm not blaming him. Some people say we should have matched him up, but if he doesn't feel White's fully fit, how would he have matched them up? He could have put Tommy in there with Holding and Gabriel and put Tavares in that left wing back, I suppose. But if you're winning like that, I think it's one of them ones like we've seen it before with the 3-4-3. It's always better, or the 3-5-2. Sometimes it's always better to match him up. And the 4-2-3-1, from what I've seen, a lot of the times it doesn't do well against that formation. But that's neither here nor there. It's just a bitter pill to swallow. And now I feel we're under massive pressure to go to Newcastle. We haven't lost that James's Park since December when Man City spanked them 4-0. We've got to go up there and try and produce the goods. If we draw against Man City, against Newcastle, which is a very hard place to go and can happen with these injuries that we've got mounting up. We can go to Newcastle, as well as they're playing at home. We can go to Newcastle and lose or drop points. If we drop points in Tottenham's games, they're going to beat Norwich. The only game where you think potentially there's something there for us where they could drop points is Burnley. That's the only game, because Burnley are fighting for their lives, and obviously Tottenham like to sit back. They change when the onus is on them, but we've seen that they've taken teams like Leeds apart. So now it's a massive kick in the teeth and a massive concern. We have to go and beat Newcastle not relegation fodder. We have to go to Newcastle, who are playing brilliantly at home. We got to hope we catch them on a bad day, which may or may not happen. Luckily, it's on Monday, and then we've got to go all the way up to. No, we play at home against Everton, who are fighting for their lives, and it's with this team, guys. I'm gonna leave it here, man. That's a bit of a long video for myself. But all I can say is I'm massively disappointed. I'm actually gutted. It's bed talk. Look, I'm flat. I'm absolutely flat. And you're not going to get a rant from me. I'm not going to get a rant. But Champions League is hanging by a thread now. I said it was 66%. Now I feel like it's 50-40. It's 50-40. It's 60-40. It's still 60-40 for us. It's gone down a little bit, but we win our 2 games. We can do it. So, yeah, interesting times. Get the popcorn out, chaps. Anyway, I'm out. Ciao.